It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
I can't think of a more apt artisan to receive this award because you did Barbie and Killers of the Flower Moon this year.
Mm-hmm.
How do you stay versatile when you're working with two very different but very brilliant directors?
Right. Well, first of all, they're both, in terms of Barbie and Killers of the Flower Moon, Greta and Scorsese, they're leaders, you know, and for me, what's most important is to understand what their perspective is, and how they're imagining things, and build on that. You know, so you know, just automatically, the projects are very different, no matter what you do, and obviously the production design is radically different. So, what I try to do is bring some semblance of reality, if you may, or naturalism to these places, and also to support what the characters are going through visually. So it's, how do I represent Barbie in a place where this doll lives, and but for her it's real. It's and Ken also there. This is life. This is you know. So I say, okay, how would that look? So it's obviously a soundstage. You can tell it's intentional.
Yeah.
But I tried to do the lighting so that it looked like we're outside-ish.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing.
Outside of Barbie land.
Yeah, exactly. It's an exterior, but the sky looks painted. Well, yeah, but it's sunny, you know. So that sort of thing is fun for me.
That's amazing. And then I overheard you talking about pulling different references when you're talking to a director on each project you're working on. What were some of the references that you and Marty really bonded over, and then you and Greta?
Well, for Killers of the Flower Moon, it was many of our references had to do with the beginnings of photography, because in this story we're representing this thing that the Osage lived, and all these characters went through these things, and it's a story that hasn't been told much, but it has been told, and there's, you know, newsreel footage, and like in the movie, you know, there's this radio show, so it's a representation. So for us, photography was a way of expressing representation, or you know, how you tell a story, in this case visually. So we saw a lot of like the beginnings of photography, autochrome, which we use, that technique we use in the film, things of that sort. A lot of still images. For Greta, it was lots of movies, musicals, Singing in the Rain, you know, and all sorts of The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. Yeah. These were all references for color, but also lighting, camera. I mean, there were sometimes the references were weird, like Mystery Train, Jim Jarmusch. There are these tracking shots with these tourists that are walking down the street parallel. That was a inspiration for our transportation scenes. You know, things like that.
Yes,
so it was
the
all
iconic Barbie land to the real world.
Exactly.
Amazing. And how does it feel to be honored at a wonderful festival like this, like SBIFF?
Yes. Well, first of all, it's such a beautiful day. I mean, you know, we've been here in California through some rainy days, so that's amazing, and it's super exciting, and I feel a beautiful energy here. The people, everybody's excited, and it's cool. It's good to be here.
And if there's one thing I know about you, Rodrigo, it's you're always working on something. So is there anything you can tell us on what beautiful images we can see of yours next?
Well, today, 2 Super Bowl ads.
Nice! Which ones?
Doritos commercial with Dina Mita, and Squarespace commercial that Martin Scorsese directed.
As you do.
And also I'm working on a movie I directed in Mexico after Barbie, which is called Pedro Páramo. I'm editing and in post-production, so that'll come out probably somewhere at the end of the year.